At some point in time, I found myself warning certain people. I said, look, you can lead people and that'll be just fine. But at some point in time, you will not stand up to their ideals, or you will not be what they wish you to be. Or, like I say, I advised certain leaders. I said, well, it's something that kind of happened to me a little bit, but it was kind of being done by Kennedy or Nixon or someone. I said, at some point in time, your views will be possibly different than the views of your people. And you will find yourself in a very, very, very difficult situation at that point in time. In which case, you will probably be dragged out into the street by someone else in your group and killed. And no one will know. Anyway, I advised certain people, this was a long time ago, about this. Probably because it happened to me, kind of, a little bit. But, like, I didn't really know at the time that it was actually, like, Nixon or Kennedy or someone. Like I say, Nixon, the children of Nixon's family, of the children of the Kennedys are quoted to have been, like, I know that someone in their group said, "We are America. We built America. America is us. Without us, we will blah 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 blah." America would fall apart without the Kennedys, apparently. And I advised them. I said, "Well, actually, America is actually a semblance of Irish, Scottish, Jewish, Japanese, Chinese." Like I said, the Chinese had built the huge railway, and it's possible and probable that the huge railway that was built in Russia was actually built by, I think black people might have played a huge role in the Russian railroad. I don't know. You'd have to go back and look at the history, go back to Russia and look at the Russian reports of who built the Russian railroad. I think there were black people from Africa doing that. And I think there was Chinese, and there was some abuse. The abuse that they talk about with Carnegie actually happened in Russia. There was something going on, and it was my dark times or whatever, where, like, that's probably when Nixon was actually really taking over, or Kennedy was actually really taking over. I think they actually built Russia, is what they did. The Kennedy family actually built Russia to basically maybe take over America. I don't really know. Like I say, I don't know. You know, like I say, I was 1977. I'm a child. I'm a leader. You know, I'm the creator on vacation. And you have Kennedys and Nixons and people in the White House that have way more control over media than I do. So the world will basically believe whatever they say. And they know this. So like I say, it took years for people to trace the technology, how the technology was Germany, and the original inventors from Germany were building things in America, and how, you know, the radio, the media, like I said, the media used to be completely and totally by the news. Whatever happened in the world was reported on, so nothing was a big deal. And that's how America and the world was basically kind of like building itself up. You know, all of us basically working together. You know, it was Russia, Germany, everywhere humanity was, we were working together. You know, we were doing whatever. We were finding out about what the other countries were doing. You know, no matter where you were. So, and it was great. It was wonderful. And then you finally get into where we get to Kennedy and Nixon, and they realize massive media control. We can say whatever we want, and they will believe us. You know, and then things go, you know, just like blam. And that's when you start getting into where, like, minorities are being oppressed, and where Jewish people and Israeli people are like, well, we need our own language. And I'm like, well, just make your own language, and then, you know what's going on with you, and blah 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 blah. Just separate a little bit, you know, because there was, I don't know. Like I say, you would have to ask Bush and Nixon and Kennedy and a few other people that were supposedly the world leaders, you know, what was going on. because they were doing the media stuff. You know, this was before Facebook, before everything. They had control. I was just like gone, lobotomized. It's like, and our leader has been lobotomized. He's now compliant. Anyway, that's how you make a puppet, by the way. You just lobotomize them, and then what do you? It's like, we are now gonna go bomb them. Yes, go bomb them. You know, and that's what happens. That's compliance. And what they were doing, trying to do to make people compliant. You know, and that's what the lobotomies were really about. And the cutting off the frontal lobe, it was to create puppets. Because somebody who hadn't had a lobotomy was reasoning. And like I say, it was really the future, and computers they were like, stretchy! It's like billion-year computer, they're like, no. Anyway, like I say, things were a little bit different, and also it's also just the difference between like when you have like analog and reports versus whatever. Like I say, Kennedys and certain families that were in power could say whatever they wanted, and they did. I was just a child at a house, and unless I got up my little sign and went charging into the world, no one would ever know that I was inventor of flight. No one would ever know that I was the creator of engines. But facts are facts. So, yeah, no one would ever know that I was the real Lucifer. And it was even reported that I was Brian, not Lucifer. So, like I say, the Kennedys won. Bush won. Every president had more power than me. Everyone had more power than me. But I was still the inventor of the steam shovel. So, like, I'm not exactly sure. People come up to me, kill me, and go pook off somewhere. I don't really know. Like, maybe it's like a loop. They go out and then back and then kill me and then poof, into some other space. Like I say, I don't know. I was just the creator to humanity and inventor of all these things. So, well, I mean, the world understands what's going on more than me, because at this point in time, because it's like, yeah, I mean, it's true. I named America. I did this. I did that. I invented. I ordered like 4 of every car to be built. I made sure that I asked the White House had steam cars because of me. Because they were my invention, because I invented the steam engine and steam factories, and the world had free clothes, or lots of clothes, because of me. Because of mass production. That's why America had the steam cars back in the 1800s, because I was rich and I wanted to have steam cars at my house and stuff. Anyway, someone realized this and was like, no, blah, 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 blah. We'll just keep him on ice and keep the world from knowing about him. It's actually kind of like for my vacation. Or who knows? Like, I don't really know. I mean, but that's why America had the steam car and also had armored cars and stuff, because I was like, hey, I'm inventing here. Cool. Let's test this out. See what happens. Yeah, take a 45 and see if you can penetrate that car. Yep, we can. Okay, well, let's add some more metal or wood or something. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I was inventing. I was just having fun. So, and then someone got confused.